The sacrum is a very important area for sexual vitality, and it also has the effect of pumping sexual energy upwards into the body, pumping your orgasm upward, pumping rejuvenative, creative sexual energy upward to re-nourish the rest of the body. But most people are very disconnected from this region of the body. They have absolutely no awareness of this area, and it's completely locked up with tension. It's blocked up, which is why a lot of men suffer from premature ejaculation and other sexual dysfunctions. So in this video, I'm gonna go more into opening up and activating your sacral pump for better sex, better sexual pleasure, and better sexual vitality. You will feel your sacrum energetically activate on a tangible level. I'm Jonathan White. I'm here to help you master your sexual energy so you can manifest your ideal life. If you enjoy the content, make sure you hit subscribe to support the channel, and make sure you get my free ejaculation control course through the link in the video description below. So the sacrum, it's a hotspot for sexual vitality. It is also physiologically or energetically functions as a pump. If you're unfamiliar with it, the sacrum is this large bone just above the tailbone, and it's basically like the rear area of your pelvis. It's like the back of your pelvis. If you've been interested in the sexual kung fu practices, if you've read books, listened to other teachers, you've probably heard this term, the sacral pump. Maybe this is new to you, but I heard this term a lot, sacral pump, like the sacrum acting as this pump to pump the sexual energy up the spine and up into the head, to rejuvenate the brain, to bring full body orgasm states. But this is something that's been grossly misunderstood, in my opinion, as I've dived deeper and deeper into these practices and into this world. A lot of teachers will say that basically pelvic floor squeezing, like doing a Kegel type engagement, is what activates the sacral pump. But I think that this is a gross misunderstanding of the practice. And you have to understand that these practices are hundreds, maybe thousands of years old. They've been translated from other languages, passed down from teacher to student, and inevitably nuances get left out of practice, especially something as often esoteric as internal energy cultivation, which is what sexual kung fu is based upon. And you have to understand there's a difference between engaging a muscle and activating an energetic point. And yes, sometimes there's a bit of an overlap here, but an example being the Dantian center. The Dantian is an energetic center within the lower belly, and there are practices to activate the Dantian, which is an important part of internal energy cultivation. Check out my Dantian breathing video for a technique on how to do that. But often the Dantian is explained as being, well, it's just your physical center of gravity. It's just the belly. So like if you activate your abdominals, if you like move your hips, yeah, you're working from the Dantian. But when you actually work with the Dantian energetically, you cannot do it from a space of physical tension or engagement. And when you get the Dantian activated, you feel it tangibly. It creates this feeling of heat, vibration, electrical current feelings. Like it's a non-physical thing, but it feels incredibly tangible. It's as real as your physical body. And this is how it is working with the energy centers of the body. You start to feel them, but you're feeling much more than just nerves and tissues. It's something energetic, something that cannot necessarily be explained by our current physiological understanding of the body. And of course, people say, oh, it's just your fascia tissue and your nerves, but it's something energetic, at least in my experience. So this is what I'm talking about with the sacral area and the pelvic floor engagements, is that these pelvic floor engagements added into practices, I believe, have replaced what used to be something much, much more subtle. You can activate the perineum, the hu yin, the energy gate between the genitals and anus in a certain way, and it's not by doing strong physical Kegel engagements, it's more subtle than that. So same thing with the sacrum. Doing Kegels is not going to activate this pump. And of course, doing like pelvic rocking, like physically opening up this center, the hips, the lower back region, that's helpful. But there's a few specific practices, and I'm going to share one that really helps to activate this area, to light it up, and it will help you to start basically allowing sexual energy, sexual vitality to move into and through that area, to be pumped up the spine. Now, one of the barriers people have as far as activating their sacral pump is that they're locked up in this area. There's a lot of tension in the lower back region. Most people have zero awareness of what's happening in their sacrum. Spend too much time sitting down, the hips are locked up, and so this region is closed down for a lot of people. But in Chinese medicine, there's all these acupuncture points in the sacral area that correlate to your kidney energy and to your sexual vitality. And so keeping this area open, clear of obstruction, keeping your mind fully engaged within this area of your body is amazing for your sexual vitality and for your ability as a man to be able to contain high levels of arousal, high levels of orgasmic buildup without ejaculating and experiencing this pump of your sexual energy moving upwards in the body. So getting more into the practical area of this video, the first thing I recommend is that you start to massage this area every day. What I do is I simply reach back, put my hands into fists, reach back and just press into the sacrum, kind of circularly massage this region. And if you look at a picture of the sacrum, you will see that there's these hollow, empty holes in it. There's several holes in it. You want to massage around those regions. We're going to come back to these sacral holes. We'll be working with them. But basically massage around this region. Do this every day. This is amazing for your sexual vitality. It just takes a couple minutes. Like already after doing that, I feel this warmth, feel blood moving into this area of my body. It feels more awake. So now I'm going to teach you sacrum breathing practice. So as you see the graph of a sacrum, what it looks like, you want to be aware of that and connect with that area of your body. So seeing what it looks like helps you just to kind of feel into what's happening here. So what you're going to do is you can be sitting down, you could be laying down. Laying may be a great way to do this because you'd be very relaxed with awareness in your body. You can do it standing though. Eventually you can do it 24/7, anytime, anywhere. So all we're going to do is, again, I recommend you just massage this area a little bit to wake it up, to feel into it deeply, and to start to breathe from the belly. As you inhale, the belly expands. As you exhale, the belly slightly contracts. And now, keep this breathing pattern going. You want to imagine that each of these sacral holes, the region of the sacrum, is like a nostril, and that air is moving into it as you inhale, like it's sucking in air as you inhale, it's blowing it out as you exhale. And don't worry about perfectly isolating the exact point of each hole, just an awareness of this area. The body knows what you're doing. It'll connect with it. So you just feel like you're inhaling into that low back region just above the tailbone, like it's sucking something in. And as you exhale, it's blowing something out. Like, what would it feel like if this is where you were breathing from? If this was your nostrils in your sacrum? So there's a suction as you inhale. And there's an expulsion as you exhale, a blowing out. You may start to feel heat, vibration, warmth, buzzing, tingling, and electrical sensation. This is a great sign your sacrum is coming online. Mine often gets red hot feeling when I do this practice. And you may feel like this heat starts to spread upwards up the spine and spread into the genitals, into the belly. Feel the holes of your sacrum are breathing, activating your sexual vitality, activating this pumping quality of the sacrum. You can continue doing this as long as you want, but even just a few minutes is often enough to help you tune into and feel this area activate. And opening the eyes. So that's sacral breathing practice. I recommend you do it a few minutes a day. I mean, you could do it 5-10 minutes to really light up this area. But what that does is starts to awaken this region. This is an amazing practice for your sexual vitality, and it will also really, really support your sexual kung fu practice, your ability to circulate sexual energy through the body. This really, again, this is where most men get stuck with the energies. It cannot move through the tailbone, the Wei Lu sort of energy gate here, and it gets locked in the genitals. But when you open up this sacral area, it's a big kind of turning point in your body's ability to circulate that sexual energy and the arousal instead of it just being stuck in the genitals. So this practice helps to really bring enhanced awareness, helps to activate the sacral area when you use it regularly. Notice how it affects your sexual cultivation practice, both sex with a partner and your ability to circulate your sexual energy up the spine. But again, it's a great practice for rejuvenating your sexual vitality. Use it every day. Massage your lower back. You can use a foam roller, something like that, to really open up this region, and it's amazing support for your journey of sexual cultivation. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below if you want to learn more about the sacral pump and other exercises that will help you to really open up and activate the pumping quality that this region has. And if you're interested in learning more about sexual kung fu, diving deep into the system of sexual cultivation, learning to have non-ejaculatory orgasms, learning to have complete ejaculation control, and circulate sexual energy in your body, a good starting point is my male sexual mastery course. And then it gets even deeper from there in my Multi-Orgasmic Man and Sex God courses. I'll put more information in the description of this video. Give this video a like, hit subscribe to support the channel. Wishing you radiant sexual vitality.